Okay, Sujit, your box has arrived. So I'm going to go ahead and get things opened up and have a look at what you sent. Okay. Let's see here. We got a Kakume. All right. Very cool. Okay, let's have a look and see what we got. That is really interesting. Huh. So, we have a 1976 6138 0030, otherwise known as the Kakume. And so that just means square eyes, of course, which is what the registers here look like. So you can kind of look at it this way and it looks a bit like a face with two square eyes. Okay, so currently it's running. It's got this interesting fade to the outer bezel, the tachymeter ring. Usually these champagne dials are a little bit more of a black, but this one's sort of faded to blue. And it's very cool. Okay, well, let's just review condition while we have it sitting here on the bench. Your case is original. I don't think it's been polished too much, though there are some polish marks, it looks like, to me. I'm not sure this is a correct original crown. We'll have to look at that. These are usually a bit bigger. So that's maybe something to think about. Although, you know, function-wise, it does function, so that's good. You're currently running. Let's get everybody reset. Everybody resets. Dial and hands look correct. Yeah, I mean it's a watch that's lived a life. Certainly the crystal needs to be replaced. Your dial has some darkening just on the surface here. So you can see right in here, it's either that it's dirt or it's a darkening of the gold. But definitely a JDM speed timer. So you've got the no loom hands, these sort of straight sword hands with kind of a black line that goes down the center. The black has lost a little bit of its consistency along the hand, but you know, that's okay. We got an English kanji day wheel. Very cool. That functions as it should. That's good. Case overall has seen some time here. It's got some dings and dents and things, but that's okay. I do like that bluish bezel. I'm not sure if that's faded to blue or if it's one of the blue ones from a blue watch. Age-wise, it looks consistent, but I have not worked on enough of the champagnes to know whether or not that's right. Everything looks right, so consistency-wise, it looks fine. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can get the case back off. We're going to do that here. Give me one moment. Okay, I just want to take a quick look at your movement, see what kind of state it's in, but it's not. No. Okay, we're going to have to put that in the device to get that off. Give me one. Okay, so we got the case back loosened up. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what we got. Okay, so some marks in the back. Not really sure what any of that means, but maybe a 10 in the back, perhaps 2010, not sure. Regardless. Okay, so I see a little cause for concern. You know, I'm not really sure the origins of the watch, but it looks as though you've got some mismatched screws here in important spots. So these screws are distinct for this movement, and that's not correct. Your weight shows some evidence of moisture and, you know, just not being 100%. You've got no, yeah, this is sort of what I would call an eBay special. This sort of work where they put in a gasket instead of really putting in the right spring to hold your movement in place. It's sort of, you know, not really great work, but probably enough to get it sold. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. These things, yeah, got the wrong gasket in here as well. So just kind of meh work. You know, sometimes these things come up for sale and they look good, but they are lacking in a certain consistency. All right, so it's winding, perhaps? I'm not sure if we're winding things here. Let me make sure. Look at the state of the... No. So you're either missing a part or something's wrong. Are we winding? No. Okay, so something's not happening properly. Looks like the teeth are ground off, perhaps? So you have a intermediate wheel that helps the winding mechanism, and it's either misaligned and they screwed it back together. I can't tell. Anyway, it's not right. Something's wrong, so that's not good. Okay, I have serious concerns here for this watch in terms of the movement. Okay, well, let's see if it gives any sort of reading on the time grapher. I'm not sure I can even wind power into it at this point, so let's take a look. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, well, certainly not the worst I've seen. This is consistent, which makes me happy because that means that things like your hairspring are at least potentially in quite good shape, which is good. Numbers are low. You've got some gremlins lurking beneath. There's some issues certainly with the winding components. Otherwise, you know, it's doing okay. This is fine. In native service and a good cleaning, but that's why we're here to provide that. So overall, I'd say, you know, it's a good starting point. There are some concerns about a few little things, but I think those are certainly not without. You know, they're easy to take care of, I'm sure. Parts are accessible, and I have extra parts for these, so that shouldn't be a problem if I run into needing something. Otherwise, we're basically good to go. So let's get back to the bench. Okay, Sujit. Well, I think the numbers are in a good spot to start. I think the watch is looking pretty good. It has a few needs, but you know, that's okay. We are here to take care of those. And if you have any questions, of course, we'll chat and we'll get started on the process once I hear back from you. So thanks again, and thanks for watching.